Have you ever felt like you're destined for something greater? That there's a unique purpose guiding you in life, even when others might not see it yet? What if I told you that there are subtle, powerful signs that people can recognize when you are the chosen one, the one destined for greatness? Welcome to today's video, where we'll uncover the 8 unmistakable signs that reveal others see your special path. From the unexpected stares to the unexplained jealousy, these signs may be all around you. You might not realize it, but people around you are already sensing something extraordinary. So, if you've ever felt like you don't quite fit in, or wondered why people act the way they do around you, stay with us. Watch the video all the way through. Maybe even watch it again to fully absorb these powerful insights. Trust me, understanding these signs can help you navigate your journey and embrace the greatness that lies ahead. And before we dive in, don't forget to comment below and share your own experiences with others. What signs have you noticed in your life that let you know you're on a unique path? Let's support each other and learn from one another's stories. Part 1. The unexplainable dislike, a reflection of their own insecurities. Have you ever experienced someone giving you the cold shoulder for no apparent reason? Perhaps you've noticed an undercurrent of hostility or discomfort in certain people when you walk into a room. First, can be baffling, especially when you haven't done anything to provoke such reactions. If this sounds familiar, then you might be experiencing one of the first signs that people recognize you as the chosen one. The truth is, this unexplainable dislike isn't about you. It's about them. When others respond to you with subtle or overt hostility, it's often a reflection of their internal struggles, not a reflection of anything you've done wrong. When you're on a unique path, like the one the chosen one walks, it's natural to draw attention, but not all attention is positive. You see, people are often unconsciously drawn to or repelled by others based on their own self-perception and insecurities. Your confidence, your sense of purpose, and the natural way you stand in your truth can inadvertently highlight what they feel is lacking in themselves. It's easy to forget that not everyone is comfortable with their own potential. Some people fear their own greatness, and when they see it in you, it can trigger feelings of inadequacy or jealousy. You might have something they want, but feel they can never achieve. And this is where things get complicated. Take, for example, the story of William, an artist who found incredible success with his groundbreaking works. William didn't seek fame. He simply pursued his craft with passion and dedication. However, as his work gained international acclaim, he couldn't help but notice the subtle resentment from fellow artists who were just as talented, if not more so, but lacked the confidence to truly embrace their own unique voice. Their jealousy wasn't about his talent. It was about their own fear of stepping into their power. William's story is a powerful reminder that the unexplainable dislike you may encounter isn't about you at all. It's about their internal battles, their doubts, and their inability to recognize their own worth. Now, while it's important to understand that this kind of reaction is more about the other person's struggles than anything you've done wrong, it's also essential to know how to navigate these interactions with grace. One of the more common ways people show they recognize your unique path is through excessive staring. Part 2. The constant staring, a sign of magnetic energy. As a chosen one, you may notice that people just can't seem to look away from you. Whether you're at the grocery store, sitting in a coffee shop, or simply walking down the street, you might catch someone staring, often for longer than feels comfortable. This can leave you feeling self-conscious. But in reality, it's another sign that people are sensing something extraordinary about you. This staring isn't just a random or innocent act. It's a direct result of your energy. You see, when you walk through life with purpose and confidence, your aura becomes magnetic. People feel it, even if they can't fully articulate why. Take the case of Clara, a woman whose presence was so compelling that she often felt as though people were hypnotized by her energy. She didn't have to say a word. Just being in a room was enough to attract attention. Her calm demeanor, combined with a sharp focus on her goals, made her someone others couldn't ignore. This kind of energy is almost like a beacon, drawing people in. It's not about seeking attention. It's about being so in tune with your own purpose that it radiates outward. But this doesn't always mean you'll receive admiration. Sometimes, the staring comes from a place of confusion or curiosity. People may sense that you're different, but they may not fully understand why. It's the same way you might stare at someone who radiates an energy you can't quite place. You're drawn to them, but you're not sure why. Don't let these moments of attention make you uncomfortable. Instead, see them as a reflection of your unique presence. People are drawn to you because you are embodying something that they either want to understand or feel inspired by. Now, while your energy can draw people in, it can also lead to others imitating your actions and behaviors. This brings us to the next sign that you are a chosen one. When people begin to mirror you. Part 3. Imitation. The power of your influence. It's often said that imitation is the highest form of flattery. And when people begin to mimic your actions, ideas, and even your words, it's a clear indication that they recognize the strength of your character and purpose. When people start to copy you, it can feel validating, but it can also be a bit strange, especially if it feels like they're stepping into your shoes without fully understanding your journey. However, remember that imitation is not just about admiration, it's about influence. People who recognize your unique path often try to incorporate aspects of your energy, your way of thinking, or your habits into their own lives. Consider the story of Amir, a successful business consultant known for his innovative approach to problem solving. First, his colleagues would shy away from his unconventional methods, but as his success grew, more and more people started adopting his strategies, sometimes to the point where they would repeat his phrases or try to replicate his decision-making process. Amir wasn't upset by this. He realized that people were drawn to his authenticity and his ability to cut through the noise with clarity. It's a sign that you are so rooted in your purpose that others can't help but take notice. They see the effectiveness of your actions and want to mirror that success. While it's flattering to be imitated, never lose sight of your own path. People are drawn to your authenticity and your clarity, so continue to lead by example. Stay true to your own journey, and use the influence you have to uplift those around you. As you continue to walk your unique path, you might encounter others who feel confused by the way you navigate the world. This confusion can be another sign that people recognize something different about you. Part 4. Confusion. People don't understand you, but they're fascinated. When you walk the path of the chosen one, it's almost inevitable that people will look at you with confusion. You see, being the chosen one often means possessing a perspective so unique, a way of seeing the world that doesn't quite align with conventional thought. Your decisions, your actions, your way of navigating life might leave others scratching their heads, trying to make sense of it all. And it's not unusual for them to ask questions, sometimes strange, sometimes deeply probing, as they try to grasp what motivates you. But here's the truth. This confusion isn't a sign of something wrong with you. It's a sign of something right. The reality is, your life and purpose don't fit neatly into the boxes people are used to. In fact, your journey is an invitation for others to challenge their own beliefs and expand their understanding of what's possible. Take the story of Eli, a successful entrepreneur who seemed to have it all. He had a high-paying corporate job, a stable future, and security. But one day, without any hesitation, Eli walked away from his corporate career to start a nonprofit organization that aimed to provide mentorship to young, disadvantaged entrepreneurs. His decision shocked his friends, his colleagues, and even his family. They couldn't fathom why someone would abandon the safety and status of corporate life for something as uncertain as charity work. To them, it made no sense. To them, it was a mistake. But what they didn't see was Eli's deeper calling. His understanding that true success isn't measured by wealth or status, but by how much you contribute to the well-being of others. Eli's decision didn't fit their traditional definition of success, yet it was deeply aligned with his purpose, something that gave him fulfillment on a level they couldn't understand. To them, his choice seemed foolish. To Eli, it was the only choice that made sense. You see, confusion is often the first step towards clarity. It's in these moments that others begin to question their own lives and consider the possibility that they too are capable of pursuing a different path. But how you respond to their confusion is just as important as how they react to you. When people express confusion about your life, it can be tempting to feel frustrated or misunderstood. After all, you've worked hard to find your purpose, to walk a path that feels true to you. But instead of getting defensive or irritated by their questions, see it as an opportunity. Their confusion is often an unspoken invitation for you to share your wisdom, to teach, and to inspire them. You might not realize it, but by simply living your truth, you are providing others with a living example of what it means to follow your heart, no matter how unconventional it may seem. Think of it as a gift. When people are confused about you, they're reaching out for answers. Your journey, your experiences, and your decisions could very well provide them with the guidance they need to understand their own lives better. This doesn't mean you have to explain everything in detail or justify your choices to others. But when they ask, give them an honest, thoughtful answer. Share what has shaped your perspective, and explain why you've chosen the path you have. You might just be the spark that lights their own journey to self-discovery. Instead of being frustrated with their confusion, use it as an opportunity to teach and share your insights. They are seeking answers, and your perspective might be exactly what they need to hear. In the process, you'll help them navigate their own search for meaning and purpose. Now that we've explored how confusion can lead to deeper understanding, let's look at how the nervous energy that people often display around you also ties into their recognition of your unique path. It's not always just curiosity. Sometimes, it's a reflection of how your presence makes them feel about their own journey. Part 5. Nervousness. People feel unsettled around you. When you're living with purpose, your energy becomes undeniable. People can often react to your presence with nervousness, fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or seeming a bit uncomfortable. This isn't about anything you've done wrong. It's simply the effect of your unique energy on others. Take Sarah, for example. She had a special gift of reading people's emotions, and she could always tell when someone was feeling unsettled around her. She noticed that in social settings, some people would become visibly uncomfortable, even when there was no direct interaction. Sarah didn't understand it at first, but over time, she realized it was because her presence was forcing them to confront their own emotions. Emotions they weren't ready to face. This nervousness isn't personal. Your clarity and sense of purpose can stir something deep within others. When your energy forces people to look inward, they may become uneasy because they aren't ready to face what's hidden inside themselves. When people seem nervous around you, it's because your energy is challenging them to reflect on their own lives. Embrace it. You're not doing anything wrong. You're simply triggering a process of self-discovery in them, even if it makes them uncomfortable. Now that we've explored the discomfort your energy can evoke in others, let's look at how people may seek validation from you. Their need for reassurance from you is another powerful sign that they recognize the unique qualities you possess, qualities they admire and respect, even if they don't fully understand them. Part 6. Seeking validation. They trust your judgment. When people start seeking validation from you, whether it's for advice on personal dilemmas or decisions at work, it's a clear sign they recognize your wisdom and trust your perspective. They see you as someone who can guide them, and this trust is a reflection of your clarity and insight. Take John, a colleague at work who had a natural gift for making sound decisions. John wasn't the most outspoken person, but his calm and thoughtful approach to challenges made others gravitate toward him. Over time, people began asking for his advice before making major moves. At first, John didn't think much of it. He simply followed his intuition, but soon realized that others saw him as a source of guidance, someone whose judgment could help them feel more confident in their own choices. John's story highlights an important point. When people seek your validation, it's not just about finding answers, but about trusting your perspective. Being seen as a trusted advisor is both an honor and a responsibility. People believe your insights can help them navigate life's uncertainties, but it's important to remember that your role is to guide them. not to make decisions for them. While it's flattering to be the one they turn to, don't forget to encourage them to trust their own instincts as well. When people seek validation from you, it's a recognition of your wisdom. Use it to guide, but also empower others to trust their own judgment. While seeking validation is often a sign of respect for your wisdom, there's another side to this recognition that you may also encounter: an obsessive focus on your failures. This might feel frustrating, but it's actually a reflection of their own insecurities, not your shortcomings. Part 7. Obsession with your failures, a sign of their insecurity. As you rise and shine in your unique path, it's unfortunate, but true, that some people will begin to obsess over your failures, especially when they recognize your potential. This fixation often isn't about your setbacks at all. It's about their own insecurities. When someone can't match your success or grasp the heights you've reached, they may feel threatened. Instead of celebrating your achievements, they focus on your failures, exaggerating or misinterpreting them, because it helps them feel better about their own shortcomings. It's a subtle way of trying to bring you down to their level. Take the example of Lily, a highly successful motivational speaker who had built an incredible career inspiring thousands. She was known for her resilience, her ability to overcome obstacles, and her genuine passion for helping others. But with her rising success, some people, especially those who felt threatened by her, began to focus almost exclusively on her mistakes. They would spread exaggerated stories about her past failures or misunderstandings, painting a distorted picture of her journey. Lily found it difficult to understand at first. Why would people who should be motivated by her success choose to focus on her setbacks? The answer was simple but painful. They couldn't handle the fact that someone else was excelling in ways they hadn't been able to. Focusing on her mistakes allowed them to feel in control, as if her flaws somehow made their own struggles more bearable. It wasn't about Lily's worth or abilities. It was about their need to diminish what they felt threatened by. This focus on your failures can be disheartening. But here's the important truth. It's not a reflection of your worth. In fact, it says more about the person doing the criticizing than it does about you. They are simply projecting their own fears and inadequacies. The key takeaway here is that when people obsess over your failures, it isn't about what you've done wrong. It's about their need to make themselves feel better by downplaying your achievements. Their fixation doesn't define you. It only serves as a reminder of their own personal struggles and how they perceive themselves in relation to your success. Don't let their obsession with your failures distract you from your true purpose. These negative reactions are a reflection of their insecurities, not your value. Keep your focus on your journey and rise above the noise. Your worth is not measured by your mistakes, but by your resilience, your growth, and your ability to continue moving forward. While some may focus on your setbacks, others will look to you for something entirely different: guidance. When people constantly seek your advice, it's a clear sign they see you as a mentor, someone they trust to provide clarity and direction in their own lives. Part 8. Constant requests for guidance. They see you as a mentor. Lastly, when people recognize you as the chosen one, they may begin to seek your guidance on a consistent basis. This can range from small questions about personal matters to deeper inquiries about life purpose. Your advice holds weight, and they trust that your insight will help them navigate challenges. Think about David, a spiritual mentor who often received messages from followers asking for help with everything from career dilemmas to relationship advice. His reputation as someone with profound insight didn't just come from his knowledge. It came from his genuine desire to guide others. Remember, this responsibility can be both fulfilling and draining. Set boundaries to protect your energy. And remember that while you provide guidance, others must also learn to rely on their own inner wisdom. Embrace your role as a mentor, but don't forget to set boundaries. Help others trust their own judgment while offering your wisdom when needed. Being recognized as the chosen one can feel overwhelming at times. People's reactions, whether admiration, jealousy, confusion, or nervousness, are often more about them than they are about you. By understanding the deeper motivations behind these responses, you can navigate your path with wisdom and grace. Key lessons. 1. Don't internalize negativity. It's a reflection of others' insecurities. 2. Embrace the attention. Your unique energy is a powerful gift. 3. Stay true to your path, even when others try to imitate you. 4. Teach and inspire when people express confusion. 5. Set boundaries to protect your energy and guide others without becoming overwhelmed. Remember, the world needs the chosen ones to step forward, to live their truth, and to help others find their way. The road may be difficult, but it is through your unique gifts that others can awaken to their own potential. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share your experiences in the comments below, and remember to stay true to your purpose. You are exactly where you need to be.